You're thinking about moving to Iowa, but you're worried that it's like moving to a scene from Children of the Corn? Well, let me tell you, it's not like that at all. I've lived all over the state, and I've compiled this list of items that you want to know before moving to Iowa. Let's dive in. How's it going, everyone? Alex Skeen here, and if this is your first time to this channel and you want to know what it's like to work, eat, sleep, and play in the Quad Cities, you're going to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you get notified every single time we upload a new video. And honestly, guys, we get so many calls, texts, emails from folks like you who are either relocating or moving to the Iowa area, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving here, give me a call, give me a text, heck, send the Pony Express if you want to. We're here for you. As I stated at the beginning of this video, I have lived all over Iowa, and I have been a part of the Iowa culture my entire life. I grew up on the west side of Iowa, near the Missouri River. After graduating high school, I moved to central Iowa, where I went to Iowa State University. And for the past 6 years, I have lived on the east side, mere blocks from the mighty Mississippi. You can say I know most things Iowa. I've compiled this list of items that you need to know before moving to Iowa. And you want to stick around for number 7, as it is the most polarizing. Number 1 on the list is Iowa Nice. Iowa Nice is referring to the people of Iowa. Yes, it means that we are extremely nice people here in Iowa, almost to our detriment. It is something that you need to be prepared for, as some areas of the nation don't have people like this. If you're walking down the street and you see somebody on the other side, don't be surprised if they're waving at you and smiling. That's just our culture here, and it's something that you need to prepare for if you're thinking about moving to Iowa. Number 2 on my list is our weather. We have weather that is all 4 seasons. It is something you need to be prepared for because some areas of the nation really don't have 4 seasons. In the spring, you're going to get all these blooming flowers. They're absolutely beautiful, but you're also going to get the allergies with that season. It is something that you have to be ready for because it's going to happen regardless of if you want it to. In the spring, you're going to get really warm days, you're going to get really cold days, and you're going to get anything in between. From rain to snow, you'll see it all in the spring. During the summertime, you're going to get those extremely hot temperatures. I'm talking up into the hundreds. Now, we're not really known for being hot, but we have it. And we have a lot of humidity here. The reason for that is the amount of cornfields that we have. They emit liquid into the atmosphere, and it comes back in the form of humidity. So be ready for it. We have the extreme of summer, and it is warm. After the summer's done, we get the fall time. In the fall, we see temperatures drop from those summertime highs, and we see the autumn leaves changing. This is one of my favorite times of year because it gives me the opportunity to have a bonfire, be outside with friends without it being too extremely hot, and I absolutely enjoy it. I talked about allergies for the spring season. You're going to run into it in the fall season as well. When the farmers are out picking the corn, picking the soybeans, it's going to be spewing allergens up into the air, so be ready for it. It's not what everybody would expect, but it is there. And finally, we have those wintertime lows. On the summer, we get those summertime highs. The winter, we get the lows. We've seen temperatures as low as negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, that's not our typical weather, but we have seen it, so I want to let you know. We also get snow, and we can see up to 3-4 feet of snow during our wintertime and not have it ever melt until the springtime. Iowa people will undoubtedly ask, is this your first time in the wintertime? Is this the coldest you've ever seen? It's just something that we always are curious about, and if you're moving here from a southern state, be prepared to answer that question multiple times. Now, if you've done any kind of research on Iowa, number 3 will not surprise you. Yes, we have cornfields and bean fields as far as the eye can see. It is one of our main industries here in Iowa, and we're proud of it. That being said, Iowa has more than just cornfields, and we are not completely flat. On the west side of Iowa, what we have is the Loess Hills. These are really cool hills that is only found in two areas of the world, in western Iowa and in China. These hills are a glacier deposit that makes it really cool. These hills are made of loess dirt. It is a yellowish kind of dirt that is very fertile, but they are piled up high, so you do get those loess hills in there. Now if you get into central Iowa, you have places like Ledges State Park. It is a whole different world than what you would expect Iowa to be. It's a little river valley with rock faces in Iowa. I know, it's shocking. It's a very cool place to go, and I highly recommend it because it's not that flat cornfield that you're probably expecting. Then on the east side of Iowa, you have places like Wildcat Den, just close to Muscatine, Iowa. And it's very cool to go in there, as it also has rock walls that is not typical of the Iowa landscape. And if you don't believe me that Iowa isn't flat, maybe you should try out our bike race called Ragbri. It is a race across Iowa that goes up and down hills, and you're going to be feeling it, trust me. Number 4 on the list is all of the small towns. Yes, it's true, we have a lot of them. Iowa is composed of about 3 million people and only a few city centers to accommodate some of those people. We have places like Des Moines, our capital city, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, Iowa, and Council Bluffs, just to name a few. Now that doesn't accommodate all 3 million, so where does everybody else live? Yes, it's the small towns. If you meet somebody from an Iowa town, they're probably going to tell you the town name and you're going to have no idea where it is. Don't feel bad because we're used to not having people know where our cities are. And if you do, that's even better. But Iowa, they do have the small towns. Go out, visit them. They're cool places to go and see. Number 5 on my list is the politics in Iowa. Yes, Iowa is the first state to vote in any presidential election, and it's because of the Iowa caucuses. The Iowa caucuses are a way for each party to decide who their candidate's going to be going forward, and it's quite a system to partake in, so I recommend going and partaking if you do move to Iowa. As far as the demographics of Iowa, Iowa voters vote 50-50 between Democrat and Republican, according to ballotpedia.org. It is quite the state to live in because you're going to have a mix of different things going on, and it's really cool to understand that your neighbor may not think like you, but it's a great way to have a debate and understand each other's sides. Before moving on to number 6, are you learning something from this video? If you are, hit that like button down below to let me know that you're getting some use out of this. Number 6 on my list has to do with sports. Now, there are no major league sports in Iowa, and as a result, you get people that are fans of sports that are outside of the state. It really depends on where you're at. If you're closer to the Minnesota area, more than likely you're going to see a lot of more Minnesota sports team fans than you do, say, in the southern part, where you're going to get a lot of more Kansas City type fans. And on the east side, you'll get a lot of people that really enjoy Chicago sports. So because there is no major league system in Iowa, you do get a lot of different sports teams that are a part of everybody's lives here. You finally made it to number 7, and I'm glad you stuck around, as this is probably the most polarizing for the people of Iowa, and that is the universities. Yes, there are 3 major universities within Iowa. You've got Iowa State, the University of Iowa, and University of Northern Iowa. These 3 state schools are really great schools, no matter which one you go to, but it's polarizing because of the sports teams that are associated with them. Iowa State is really known for its engineering schools, and they do a great job, but I might be a little biased as I graduated from there with my mechanical engineering degree. Iowa has been known for its medical field, and they are phenomenal at what they do there. They are known all over the world for what kind of research they do, and I highly recommend going there if you're thinking about doing anything in the medical field. And UNI, University of Northern Iowa, is really known for its teaching program. They produce some great teachers out of that program, and I highly recommend it if you're thinking about becoming a teacher. Thinking about moving to Iowa? YouTube thinks this video right here is the next best option for you.